Good day everyone, welcome to today's video. Today it's the first flight of the IAR-81C. Now, I got it yesterday and I'm so happy. I've been waiting this thing to get in my hangar for a long time, and well, I know a certain friend of mine who I used to know from secondary school will be very eager to see this. He's Romanian. I didn't just get it so I could, well, have a Romanian plane in my hangar. I got it because I knew he would appreciate it. Now, there are a couple of Romanian planes that are already in War Thunder. There's the Heinkel 112 B2U2, and there's also the SM79B, I think it is? Yes, there it is. I'll quickly put that in the hangar. But there's this, and there's obviously the IAR. So what was the IAR in real life then? Well, the IAR was a development, well, this model was the final development of the IAR-80 series, replacing the wing-mounted 20mm MG FFMs with 20mm MG 151s. Apparently, they mainly removed the centerline bomb rack for this thing, but it appears obviously a field modification was done to put it back on of some kind. This is obviously a different kind of bomb delay, and well, you do have about a half a second to a second delay as the mechanism activates, then the bomb will drop. That will take some getting used for doing tank forces, but hey ho. Then you have two rockets, which are two, I think, 210mm rockets, or air-to-air rockets. I have them set to 800 meters, so hopefully, if a plane comes head-on with us, I can fire these, get out of the way, and they'll die to the rockets. I'm hoping. But obviously they'll fire at the same time. If we miss, no big deal. We've got two 20s and two 7.92s. So the IAR-81 was obviously the final development of the IAR-80. It didn't see much. I don't think this version saw much combat service. The IAR-80, on the other hand, saw quite a bit of combat service, with it taking on American P-39s, well, not P-39s, P-38s, I meant, P-47s, etc. Do apologize about that. Something just cropped up then on my desktop, and it just cut me out then. But we're not going to be using this thing as a ground pounder, so we're only keeping the rockets on. In terms of belts, I'm using Universal for the FN Browning machine guns, which act like the MG15s, and obviously the 20 mils I'm using air targets. Best advice that I was given for this plane was to side climb, so we're going to be doing that. And obviously the plane itself doesn't climb particularly well from what I've been able to get out of it in the test flight. Turn wise, it's not the most well, it's not the best dancer of the ball. Let's just say that. But in a boom and zoom maneuver, I think this thing can do pretty well. However, the lockup is quite real past around about 350 miles an hour, so we have to take that into account. Anyway, less of the blabbering. I know one of my close friends, obviously I mentioned him, he's Romanian himself. He's gonna want to see this. And I've added a couple of personal touches. I've added a first fighter group from the Romanians onto the tail section. Obviously, the name of the plane's already on there. That came with the plane. And I've also added a couple of eyes, just because I can. Obviously, we're not going to be using the SM79B, but I just thought it'd be nice to show this plane off. There is also a Heinkel 112 in the... I think it's this one. That's Spanish. I think it's the B1U2 that I have. Yes, here we are. This one can have a Romanian Air Force camouflage, but it is actually a Hungarian aircraft. So you can basically disguise it as a B2U2 if you really want to, but that's another plane I'd like to add to my collection, the B2U2. So, let's jump right in, shall we? Air realistic, 2.7. Let's see what she can do. Now, I do see a lot of IAR-81 pilots going head on because they think they're God's gift to War Thunder with two 20mm cannons. The IAR's engine is very vulnerable to taking damage, so I think the best course of action would be to take on unsurprising or unsuspecting foes. What do I mean by that? Well, if a player is distracted, I'll have a crack at him. Bombers, I might go for. If it's a B-34, I'll go for a crack at it as long as I'm beneath it, because those 50 cals will tear this thing up. I forgot to mention the armor plating as well. The rear armor plating for the pilot is 13mm thick, and the frontal glass is 75mm. We're waiting a bit, aren't we? Oh dear. There we go, just did the old reset and it bloody put me into a game straight away. So, where are we? Oh, we're in Uranus. Okay. Operation Uranus, no respawns. So that means we're fighting the Russians. I think IAR's fought against the Russians, I'm not really sure, but... Okay, so, 800 meters rocket set. These rockets were designed to shoot down bombers, so I'm pretty certain they'll rip apart a Russian fighter. Let's see what we can do, shall we? Okay, so, battle rating 3.7. We're up against, well, we've got the Germans on our side, the Japanese and the Italians, we're fighting the Americans, Russians and British. I mean, technically it would make sense, and here comes the landing gear, by the way. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? And another one's just crashed. We've just lost 3 planes in the first, what, 20 seconds? And obviously the landing gear's up now. Fuck you hell. Off to a great start with the first flight, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? Jesus, hellfire. Let's have a look. Level 9 shouldn't even be in this match. Level 6 shouldn't even be in this match. Level 13 shouldn't even be in this match. Fuck you now. Well, looks like the IAR is going to have to put a bit more work in, I think. Yeah, straight away, first game, and we're full up-tiered, so that's going to be a bit of an arse. We've got Betty diving down, so... Roll rate isn't too bad, but I've certainly felt better. Elevation control at these low speeds isn't great. The flaps did feel quite vulnerable to ripping off in most maneuvers when I was testing this thing. But I might have to, well, in fact, I already promised my friend to do a Romanian themed video for this plane. The plan is, it's because the Romanians use a 47mm Italian anti-tank gun, I'm going to use a M1542 to represent the anti-tank gun. Obviously we're not going to sit there and do nothing. And then obviously we're going to use the IAR as air support. That's the plan anyway. Okay, well, we're about 2 minutes off the runway and we're already at about... Well, we're about 2 minutes off the runway. We're about 6,100 feet, so yeah, the climb rate's below average. About 2,300 feet a minute, it seems like. Not the best for a fighter. I mean, a Tu-2S could probably outclimb this thing with a full payload, but hey ho, shit happens. President Donald, I've seen him plenty of times. He loves his havoc, almost as much as me, and I will prove my point. And it's quite clear he's a smurfer just looking at that, in my personal opinion. He's currently having a crack at a Stuka. And a Stuka took him out. Nice. Yeah, sorry for the wait time. I obviously can't do anything about it. Obviously, we're down 3 fighters, so... We've got quite a few A-20... We've got an A-20, we've got an IL-2. Let's gain some speed, because this thing doesn't have a lot of speed under its belt right now. Obviously the G4M Betty will get torn apart by those planes, so... Yeah, we've got a B-34, an A-20, and a IL-2, obviously. Okay, the Betty just crashed to deny the... Oh, God. Really, dude? Like, fuck's sake, how much work do you want me to do, man? I'm in a plane I've never flown before. In an actual battle, you fucking mong. Well, let's hope the 20mm will be able to rip these guys up, because we're losing planes like Taylor Swift loses her boyfriends. Oh god, why am I doing Taylor Swift jokes? Fuck me. Oh dear. At 8 o'clock in the morning, with the intelligence to change sleep. That joke doesn't even make sense. Two of the fucking aircraft that crashed were German, you freaking prick. We got a P-63. I get the feeling the P-63 is coming my way. If he is, that's fucking annoying. Because that'll be a P-63A5, and I know exactly what that thing can do. So, I think the best course of action is to engage these low-altitude aircraft, because, well, let's be real, our team's collapsing like a house of cards. This should be that's an IL-2M. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's annoying. Oh, shit, there's the lockup. And he did that to deny the kill, you fucking wanker. Okay, so the thing locks up like a bitch at these sorts of speeds. Yes, I'll report that guy at the end of this match. P-63 is coming to join the party, oh boy. Like, I really needed a P-63 to deal with. So, I mean, this thing is not the best answer at the ball. It really doesn't want to turn. See, it was known for its maneuverability in real life. It really doesn't feel like it. We've got a shit ton of enemy planes coming our way. We're just going to take as many as we can. And there goes the engine. That's two. We're going to die here, folks, so we might as well take as many as we can. Come on, plane, turn, you fucking piece of shit. Jesus Christ. This thing doesn't want to turn. I really couldn't do anything. There was 5 of them. Alright, gear down. Not like it's going to make a difference. Dude, the plane's done. Just leave it, you weirdo. Oh dear. We got absolutely slaughtered. First flight, the IAR, and it goes like that. Well, to be fair though, I mean, most of my team fucking crashed. And this guy, level 100, I'd expect you to grow a fucking brain cell, but clearly not. We did our best, we took the 2 planes with us. This thing is not that maneuverable, I'll tell you that much. So let's return to the hangar and I can give my first impressions. But, yeah, so that level 100 crashing his IL-2 deliberately like that is just scummy. I mean, he spends his days spit out padding and fucking IL-2s. 1 second, please. I will answer that Facebook message in a moment. Yeah, so my first impressions of the plane, not the best. It seems to be more of a low altitude interceptor, so to speak. That's how I think it should be flown. But as we saw as we was coming out that dive at about 350 miles an hour, this thing was locking up severely. If I had to pulled up when it did, we'd have probably crashed and gotten nothing. Then obviously my team collapsing, there was nothing I could have done. I mean, I tried to turn for the P-63, but this thing was just not turning. I don't know where people got the gist about this thing being maneuverable. It really isn't. It doesn't feel it. But we took 2 planes with us. We took an I-180S with us, and we took a P-34 with us. We tried. We really couldn't do anything. There was 5 of them, 1 of me, but I took 2 with us, so it's a good start, I think. Not the best start for showing off the plane, but there really wasn't much I could do. I'd have to deal with a King Cobra at altitude, and I know exactly what that P-63 could do. Either way, I was fucked in that regard. Royally fucked. There was nothing I could do. But I tried. But yeah, average start to a premium. I mean, Let's hope my team doesn't fucking do that again. I was actually planning to just leave and do another battle because I'm just not. I just. Oh, that was just terrible. I mean, we lost 2 planes right at the beginning on takeoff. Then we lost another one. Like, how hard is it to just press W, get your throttle up to 100%, and press G once you're in the air? It's not hard. I don't know, but we tried. We didn't get to use the rockets, unfortunately. But hey, we tried. That's all that matters. Anyway, I'll let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the AAR. Hopefully, I'll be able to get the tank combo in action at some point. Obviously, if I'm unable to get the plane in a match with the M1542, I will literally just like I'll show part of the battle and then just cut to another battle. That's what I'll probably do. I just think that's more appropriate. But like I say, first impressions, pretty average. Like I say, armament was very fine. The armament was fine as hell. I did like the armament. That's one thing to do. Well, I do say. But it's just the fact that this thing was apparently known for its maneuverability, and it really doesn't feel like it. It really doesn't. But hey, Gaijin, they always have to find some way of going fuck you to the Axis forces. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the IAR, and I will catch you all next one.